Good morning, Suitcase Squad, and welcome to a special edition of Friday Fastpass. Except it's not Friday. It's probably Sunday evening when you're watching this, or maybe Monday morning. Regardless of when you're watching it, come with me into Walt Disney World's EPCOT Center. Obtained my entry pass, and here we go. Well, first things first, the construction here is as expected. I knew that this place would be full of construction and walls. But we're gonna go ahead and get close as we can over towards Test Track. Let's try to get that thing done early this morning. And as I'm walking through the left side of Future World, I can hear Test Track running. Park isn't officially open yet, but I can hear Test Track testing, which is sweet music to my ears because I haven't been on an attraction, I don't know, in like 13, 14 months. So it looks like Test Track here at EPCOT Center will be my first attraction in 14 months.
Challenging weather and surface conditions.
Monitoring road surface. Connecting to OnStar.
Here comes the final test.
Energizing for power test.
Just got off a Test Track. The line was about 30 minutes standby, so it's not horrible. I'm willing to wait in that. You can see it right over there. It's not the worst line in the world. It is a little warm this morning, not gonna lie. It's about 82, 83 degrees. Humidity isn't horrible yet, but I'm sure it'll be nasty in a few. But Test Track, beginning kinda meh, but the end, woo! It's pretty darn amazing. It's a definite must ride, definite thrill attraction. Let's go find something else. Alrighty, so on our way over to Norway so that we can get in line for Frozen Ever After. I did some research. I knew I wanted to get on Test Track right away, and I knew I wanted to get on Frozen Ever After right away. This is the Norway Pavilion, and back in the day, Maelstrom was still a ride, as opposed to Frozen Ever After. Was epic. It was such a good time. I remember riding it as Maelstrom, and it was a fantastic ride then. It's just as good now with much better storyline. I'm not a Frozen guy, but that ride is really hard to beat. Well, now that I'm done with Frozen Ever After, and I'm done with Test Track, and I've really only been in here for like an hour and 10 minutes. What can I do next? Recuérdame. Well, I just got done inside the Mexico Pavilion, and that was really nice and cool inside. I think I'm gonna head back towards Future World, even though I've dipped into World Showcase a little bit. Guys, so far in 49 minutes, I've managed to do Test Track, Frozen Ever After, and the Mexico Pavilion. We're cruising right along. We're only an hour in. Let's go find some more fun. So here we go. Back over at Future World. Maybe we'll go see, I don't know, maybe that little guy. What do you say? And it's time for Journey into Imagination. Let's go. Well, aren't they throwing it back, folks? Look at, we have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We have Flubber. And then, of course, we actually have Dr. Channing and Figment from Journey into Imagination.
Our research shows that smells often trigger the imagination, especially when pleasant, familiar smells come into play.
Come into play? I'd love to!
Figment, this is not a good time.
It's always a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll! Woohoo! You win 1 cent!
Heading off into the land. At the land we have Soarin', which I'm very familiar with. And then they also have Living with the Land, which is a water cruise through agricultural lands, etc. And what they do here at EPCOT as far as sustainable foods, farming, agriculture. So let's go check that out. Virtually all of Future World is set up in pavilions, similar to like a World's Fair. So you'll have a pavilion for the living seas, or Nemo and Friends. You'll have things like the land, Journey into Imagination. It's a 60-minute wait. So let's see how long it really is. So what's crazy is this line for Soarin' has moved us backstage outdoors so that we can keep social distancing. But apparently that hour-long standby line that is advertised is accurate. So I'm gonna be outside for the next good chunk of time. But just to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about, we're Soarin's inside there. And I'm finally back inside. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm finally back inside. When you're outside, backstage, it's cool, but it is hot. So I should have known this line was super long, because they even have a Disney play game that you can play while you're in queue for Soarin', where they'll ask you geographical questions about the world, and you can join one of 4 teams. They're color-coded, and you guys compete while you're in line. Helps pass the time. Okay guys, so this is the first attraction today that I'm hitting that is something I'm familiar with. We're about to hit on Soarin'. Let's see how it stacks up with California Adventure's version of Soarin'. Got done with Soarin', and for just a brief second I could close my eyes and feel like I was back inside California Adventure, but alas, I am here at EPCOT. We're totally in Florida. I just heard someone complaining that there aren't enough smoking areas here.
Is he orange with white stripes and looks kind of like you, only smaller?
Yes, have you seen him?
Seen who? Hi, I'm Dory.
I am looking for my son.
Ooh, I can help.
Okay, so I've tested a track. I was frozen ever after. I've journeyed into imagination. I've lived with the land. I've soared. And I've joined Nemo and his friends. What should I do next? All right. Heading over to mission space to see what kind of line we're looking at, what we're dealing with. Let's go that way. Buzz has it right. It's time for mission space. Let's do it. So for this attraction, I chose the less intense green attraction because I've heard that everyone throws up on this ride.
Attention trainees. Follow the markers on the floor to your extreme point and begin boarding now.
During the mission, you will be adjusting the pitch of the X2 if necessary, and firing thrusters for your descent. Pilot, the X2 is an excellent ship.
So I just completed mission space, and again, the shortest line was the green, less intense version. So that's the line I did, and I'm kind of glad I did because motion simulators for me sometimes can be hit and miss. So I've officially finished Future World, and now I'm heading out into World Showcase just to go see what this is all about. Well, Disney, I will say that if this is 50%, I would hate to see 100, because this is bananas.